What's going on, man? If y'all ain't hit that bell notification yet, what y'all waiting on? Hit that bell notification. Let's get them likes up. What's going down, man? It's your boy Finesse Game, the best game. If you disagree, it's because you lame. What's up to everybody on the East Coast, everybody on the West Coast, down South, Midwest, and everywhere in between, if you know what I mean? Back with another reaction video. If you ain't hit that bell notification, go on, hit it. We're going to get right into the video. As y'all see the title, we're going to talk about the tragic life and blessing that Whitney Houston was to all of us. So without further ado, we're going to get right into the video. Let's roll that clip.
Die, a person who has life and wants to live.
This was a young woman who knew what she wanted, where she was going to go, how she was going to get there. Like, she knew everything. It was a lot coming at her, and she could handle it. She knew she needed someone there, and she chose me. She was number one, and I was in the number 2 spot. I was her go-to for everything.
Did any of y'all knew that Whitney Houston had a lesbian relationship? Probably a lot of y'all didn't know. Probably some of y'all did. Whatever the case, I'm a Whitney Houston fan. I guess I just wasn't as big a fan as I thought, because I didn't know that she had a whole female lesbian thing going on the side. But I digress. Let's get back into it.
She's been my friend for years. I don't know, just stuck it out.
I wanted Whitney to have the life that she wanted for herself, her own family.
So then will you tell me about Bobby?
Bobby was ready for the same things I was ready for.
I had heard the rumors about him.
And they said I was crazy, huh?
Bobby Brown's wild reputation follows him wherever he goes, indulging in alcohol, drugs, and countless women.
I'm not as bad as everybody thinks I am.
Bobby Brown had multiple arrests, ranging from marijuana possession to drunk driving and various parole violations. But Whitney stood by her man.
In order to deal with a person like me, she has to be the sweetest person in the world.
Bobby is...
At least Bobby, you see the difference between you see the difference between men and women. When men mess up, we have no choice but to take accountability quick, because if we don't, society is going to hold us accountable. It ain't like you can just do, especially if you're in the spotlight. It's not like you can just do something as a black man and then sweep it under the rug. No, you got to get in front of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to hide it. You got to face that face on, because we got to understand that us as black men, we're not the same. So we can't do something and then just sweep it under the rug, because society will hold us accountable. Let's get right into it.
The man of my life, and I'm very much in love and I'm very happy.
And also the meanest person in the world.
I'm the madman. What are you saying?
All right.
Boom.
She told me that he had asked her to marry him. And then she asked me, and I was not ready for this question. Do you think he loves me? He was the kind of guy that loved attention, and Whitney was the kind of woman who did not. They were like apples and oranges.
To the outside world, Bobby and Whitney seemed madly in love. But when they came back from their honeymoon, Robin noticed a cut on Whitney's face.
She said, I threw a glass against the wall and it shattered and I got cut. But the cut was like from here to there. It was about 3-4 inches long. Flying glass doesn't do that. I never pressed her. I was like, you love this man, and it's not right to stand by someone and then think ill of it. That wasn't me. If that's what she wanted, I would be there for her.
Robin tried to respect Whitney's choice, but Bobby didn't make it easy.
Bobby Brown and Robin Crawford, they hated each other. They would battle for her affection. They'd battle for her attention. There were numerous fights between, serious fights.
Did you guys ever have a physical altercation?
He did get my face a couple of times.
There were times when he wasn't always...
What y'all think about Bobby Brown, man? A lot of y'all might be too young to really know who he is, but the ones who know who Bobby Brown is, like in the late 80s, early 90s, what do y'all think about Bobby? Was he putting his hands on them females, man? I know he was full of yayo, but hey, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. We're gonna get right into it. I ain't gonna keep on stopping the video. I just be having stuff on my mind, and y'all already know how I do it. You know how I rock on my channel. If I got something on my mind, I'm just gonna stop the video, ask y'all, get it out, and then we can continue. Let's go.
The winner. He wanted Whitney to remove Robin from their relationship, and Whitney didn't want to do it.
What is the issue with her being around?
Not too long ago, I was in Detroit. I did a radio show. For over an hour, about 30 calls came in. They really just wanted to know, well, what is the story of Whitney? Is she gay or is she not?
Whitney is not gay. That is a story on that. The only gayness I feel is when I'm happy, honey. That's it.
That's all that really matters.
That's all that matters, yes.
This wasn't her world. I mean, I brought her into this madness. She goes, "What? Why am I the target? What did I do?" I said, "You're my friend. What else you want? You play basketball."
Because she plays basketball, people think she's a lesbian.
I don't know. They just think I'm not gay and I'm not lesbian. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. Lesbian, gay, I'm not. Two titles I can't claim, I'm sorry.
As the media ran wild with speculation, Bobby tightened his grip on Whitney.
I needed for Robin to understand that I was now Whitney's husband, so their relationship had to change.
But it wasn't just Bobby who had a problem with Robin.
Robin was a nobody. She was a nobody. She was an opportunist. She was a wannabe. I've never seen him do anything, but I knew that she was something that I didn't want my sister to be involved with. And it was evil, it was wicked. And I tried to tell my sister to leave her alone.
I didn't particularly like her.
What didn't you like?
She just spoke too much, disrespectful sometimes. Like she had something over me, like that.
Would it have bothered you if your daughter, Whitney, was gay?
Absolutely.
It would have bothered you?
Wow.
You would not.
What y'all think about that? She asked her, would it have bothered you if you found out your daughter was gay? That's a real question. The ladies that do follow me, answer that question, because I know a lot of y'all probably got kids. Or if you don't, hey, it's still a question only a woman can answer. Would you be mad if your daughter came out, or your son, and they were gay? I don't know, man. Let's get back into it.
I've liked that.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No one in this organization wanted anything to disrupt this bullet train that was Whitney Houston. Anyone who had influence was a threat.
Did John ever try and get rid of Robin?
He talked about it. He said if he could, he would break them up any way he can. He wanted somebody to scare her.
Scare her? Scare her how? So, a former security guard came forward and he claimed that Whitney's dad and former manager approached him, offered him $6,000 to break Robin's arms and legs because he didn't like her for being a lesbian, and he was worried that she was threatening her marriage to Bobby Brown.
He quoted John as telling him he should lay my legs on the curb and break them with a bat. I don't want her murdered. That would devastate Whitney.
Wow. Whitney confronted her dad, but he denied everything. But decades later, one of Whitney's brothers actually came forward and said that they did want to scare Robin, but he never actually admitted how.
The threat of bodily harm didn't slow me down. But I wonder if it ever crossed their minds that it was hurting Nippy, their sister, their daughter. Once Nip had spoken to her father, I felt better because at least I knew where she stood.
Robin thought Whitney was on her side until she found out Whitney had told Bobby their secret.
She didn't tell me that she...
Now, why are you going around? The woman already married. Now, why are you going around still trying to mess with her? And then, like, that's that sneaky stuff. I'm saying that because that's the stuff that get people hurt. Trying to be sneaky, man. Like, hey, For all of y'all out there, man, that's doing something behind y'all partner back, man, if you're gonna be real about it, man, come straight up to that person, whether a woman or cheating or the man cheating. Come straight up to that person. You're a real woman, you're a real nigga, ain't you? Come straight to the person and let them know, hey, this is what's going down. You can either accept it or reject it or respect it. I mean, what is you gonna do? All that sneaking going behind the back, that don't lead to nothing but bloodshed, man. Straight up. Let's get back into it.
Had shared it with him. But from what I understand, he was not happy about it. I don't know why he was so disappointed about it. It was years ago, decades ago.
What was the secret?
I was 16, and we were working at summer jobs. I remember thinking, wow, this is really gonna be a trip this summer. I don't have any friends. And then here comes Robin with this beautiful, beautiful afro. She was tall and very statuesque.
She simply stopped me in my tracks. Before I moved on, I gave her one last look and told her I'd keep an eye out for her.
I remember thinking, I've known this person, it seems like all my life.
I wanted her friendship. That was what was most important.
But over that summer, their friendship grew into something more.
One day after camp, we were just talking. There was something there that made us connect. And then at one moment, we both just met and our mouths touched, and that was our first kiss. We didn't share what happened with anyone. I didn't know how long it was going to last, but I knew we were meant to be.
Robin and Whitney moved into an apartment together, hiding in plain sight. But Robin could see something was holding Whitney back.
When you're raised in church and you're raised in a background of God-fearing religion, there's a certain boundary that you don't cross. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have gotten into a lot more trouble than I got into if I hadn't thought about, my mother's gonna kill me, or my father and my mother are gonna be so disappointed.
After 2 years together, Whitney was ready to share her true feelings with Robin.
She said, I have something for you. And she placed the Bible in my hands. She said, I don't believe that we should be physical any longer, that it would make our journey much harder if they found out about it. But she also said, living that kind of life, you could go to hell. You know what we shared, Whitney added. You know how I feel about you, and we will always have that.
Robin knew that their relationship was deeper than just romance, but it wasn't always easy for her.
I think Robin turned that girl out, really. That would have sound like to me, Robin was already had it on her mind, and Whitney was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. And Robin was like, you're gonna give me this poop. You're gonna give me this. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that would have sounded like to me. I could be wrong.
Whitney had prepared a one-on-one dinner with Eddie Murphy.
I hung around long enough to see Whitney through the glass, and she looked amazing. She was ready, preparing for Eddie to come. I thought to myself, wow, I wish she was preparing that second place for me. But I knew that wouldn't happen.
Robin couldn't tell Whitney how she really felt. But as she tried to move on, Whitney struggled to let her go.
She asked me to love her. If you love me unconditionally. And she was worth it. So I strived for that.
Robin vowed to support Whitney no matter what. But after Whitney married Bobby, she struggled to protect her.
I noticed that Nip started using drugs a lot more when Bobby was around. She wasn't putting on the brakes. I reminded her that drugs should be over now, and she said, I know, but I'm not ready to just yet. The more I saw and heard, and the messier it got. He went to surprise Bobby, and it
Again, like I told y'all in my last video, man, when I was talking about Marvin Gaye. If you know somebody, or if you got a drug problem, man, get help. Strive to be a better version of yourself. It may not always be easy, but the road is not gonna always be hard. Also, sometimes you just got to put one foot forward, and then put the next foot forward, and then put the next foot forward, and then soon you'll walk. Nobody asking y'all to run. But if you got an issue, or if you know somebody got an issue, it's best to be in that corner as much as you can. Let's get back into the video.
After knocking on his door several times, out comes Bobby in a rage saying, "I don't want you here." And he spit in her face. She ran down the hall and Bobby picked up a glass and threw it. And Whitney picked up the phone to call her father. That's when Bobby snatched the phone from her and hit her over the head with it. He had her to himself. She was isolated. I thought she'd get tired of it. I mean, Whitney had a lot of pride and a strong will, but every time I thought that would be it wasn't. We went out to Los Angeles. It was cancellation after cancellation, and Bobby was traveling with us, which never makes it easy. I went to Fred Segal, and I purchased George Michael a button-down black shirt. Since we had run him around for a while, we had canceled 3 sessions with him, just a kind gesture. And Bobby erupted. "Are you out of your mind?" he started yelling. "You don't buy a man a gift from my wife. Are you crazy?" Then Whitney joined in saying, "Apology for what?" I understood exactly why I was getting blasted. They were strung out and out of their minds. There was nothing that I could do to make things any better. And for the first time, I realized that I needed to save myself. With Bobby screaming in my face and all that stress and worry about Whitney, I was at a breaking point. It wasn't just Bobby. It was everything. Locking eyes with Whitney, I said my piece. I'm really sick and tired of this shit. I'm trying to do my job, and you're going to let him speak to me this way? I'm done then. I quit.
After 20 years of being by Whitney's side, Robin walked away from the person she loved most.
I will always say that was the downfall of Whitney.
But
Robin was the person who was keeping her together.
You might not like the nigga, but that's the
And
nigga.
I think that's why the drugs became so important to her. That was that crutch that she used to get through that.
Robin tried to move on with her life, but she couldn't escape the media going after Whitney.
The headlines were saying, Whitney is dying.
No, Whitney was dead. I'm 5'7" and thin.
But that's not just thin.
No, what is it? Diane, tell me. Do you know?
It's scary thin. Anorexia.
No way.
Bulimia.
No way.
That it's because of drugs.
No.
Is it alcohol?
See how that white woman got on the spot, and she looking at her like, I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that for the simple fact that, like I say, man, you're talking to a person who obviously on drugs, and then it's even harder when you're in front of the world and you're in the spotlight. So what you just gonna put her on the spotlight so all her fans and everybody can notice she on drugs? What you think she gonna say? Yeah, I'm on drugs. She gonna say nah, but. Well, I even bring that question up because you got a job to do. You're really trying to get them ratings. I think that was Barbara Walters.
Is it marijuana? Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been. At times.
All?
At times.
If you had to name the devil?
That would be me.
Police are looking to speak to Bobby Brown after a weekend altercation left wife Whitney Houston with a cut lip and bruises on her face.
It appears Whitney Houston's greatest love of all isn't Bobby Brown. After a rocky 14-year marriage, the two are on the path to divorce.
When did you know that marriage was not going to work?
I just knew, I was like, you don't smell right, you don't look right, something's going on. And then all this other stuff started coming out, being too promiscuous.
So the fact that he would be out with other women and would bring that into your
with
home.
my credit card, absolutely. Yeah, I had a problem with that.
Whitney Houston has returned from her drama-filled 7-year hiatus from the music industry with the release of a new album.
Well, Whitney Houston's comeback tour has hit yet another snag as hundreds of fans walked out of a recent show in Denmark.
We're leaving early. She couldn't entertain a dead rat, to be honest.
One wrote, she looked and sounded like a person who doesn't have many years left to live.
Whitney Houston has enrolled in an outpatient rehabilitation program to
deal with drug and alcohol issues.
The singer is voluntarily seeking additional treatment after 30 days in rehab. As one source puts it, she really...
Escapism, man. Escape. That's what drugs. And I'm not gonna say that the people are weak, but that's what it does. It gives you that temporary escape, whether it be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you know it off. It gives you that temporary escape from reality of what's going on around you. Sometimes life can be so stressful and you need a release. Some people release they drink. Some people release they go to God and read the Bible. Some people release they work out. Some people release they do drugs. You know, I ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. All I'm saying, if you choose to go the drug route, make sure you get help, because that's a sickness, that's a disease. Sometimes it's hard to get over there by yourself. We're gonna get right back into it.
He wants it this time.
But on February 11th, 2012, while out to dinner, Robin got news that would change her life forever.
My phone started to ring and said it was an old friend, so I told Lisa I'd call her back. 2 seconds later, it rang again. Another friend calling. Then our friend's phone started to ring. As soon as she hung up the phone, we were all looking at her, wondering what had just happened. She said it. My sister is a huge Whitney Houston fan, and they're saying she passed. I felt my insides shattering. I never once believed that she would fall. Swimming is what she loved to do. The girl could swim. Right. She loved the water. And that's why passing in the water just is so hard for me to wrap my heart and head around. I wish I would have just taken the necessary steps to reach her. I feel like I was waiting for her, and she was waiting for me. And time just don't wait.
As Robin tried to deal with her grief, the world demanded answers.
We're learning more tonight about the dark and final days of legendary superstar Whitney Houston. Her ex-husband, Bobby Brown, revealing new and intimate details of the couple's turbulent marriage.
People said to me, the one thing that they heard over and over again, that you were the one that led Whitney to heavy drug use. That you were the one.
It wasn't me. It started her. I take my part, but we all have our own minds. The last few years of our marriage, it was terrible.
They had tried on and off to get sober, but Bobby Brown says Whitney just wouldn't stop using it. That's what ultimately led to the end of their 14 years of marriage.
She just wasn't ready to go that direction.
But their relationship struggles weren't the only thing Bobby revealed.
Bobby Brown's surprising allegations about Whitney Houston's sexuality.
I think their relationship had become sexual at some point. They couldn't be as close as they were before because Whitney now had me in her life, her husband. But Robin wasn't accepting this new development gracefully. She was not happy about being pushed away.
Robin watched silently as Bobby told Whitney's secrets to the world.
I had great comfort in my silence. But over the years, I began to feel my silence shake, and everything I heard or read, it wasn't accurate. I was bothered by all the bad news I was hearing. I knew Nip didn't deserve it, and I wanted to do something to help her. And that's when I felt the need to stand up, to stand up for my friend's legacy, to lift it.
After years of speculation and rumors, Robin Crawford finally breaks her silence on her relationship with Whitney Houston. The late singer's close friend has released a memoir titled A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston.
Instead of focusing on who was to blame, Robin reminded everyone that Whitney was so much.
Hold up, man. If y'all ain't hit them like buttons yet, if y'all ain't hit that bell notification, if y'all ain't subscribed, man, what y'all waiting for, man? Holla at your boy, man. It's going down. Finesse game, the best game. If you disagree, it's because you lame. Let's get back into it, man.
Much more than her tragic ending.
You don't get to that pinnacle stumbling. You have to be focused. You have to put in the time to hone your craft. You have to be gracious and respectful, and she was all those things.
Soon, the world started seeing Robin's real impact on Whitney.
Strangers walking up to me, feeling like had I been there, she'd still be here.
And someone unexpected came forward to honor her.
I think if Robin could have been accepted in Whitney's life and remained close to her, Whitney would still be alive today.
To this day, Robin continues to proudly share Whitney's story with the world.
Ours is a story of loyalty and trust of two women who made a pact to protect and rely on each other. I owe it to my friend to share her story, my story, our story. And I hope that in doing so, I can set us both free.
What would you want to say to her?
I would want to say, Nep, I love you, and I got you. I will represent. I love that girl like yesterday. And she's with me all the time.
Wow. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like I say, thank y'all. If y'all like the video, give your boy a subscribe, give me a like, give me a share. I'm gonna be doing these reaction videos. If y'all ain't checked out the Marvin Gaye series I did, part 1 and part 2. The last 24 hours was Marvin Gaye. Make sure y'all go back and check that out. That's fire. Again, I'm out of here. God bless.